Hey guys, what's up? It's Ryan Tommy, also known as Squid Prince, and today I am doing some UU. I was thinking the other day about how much hacks can affect a match and whatnot, and then it occurred to me that there's actually a ghost move that gains power off of like status effects and whatnot. It's called Hex, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. So I had an idea to go and make a team based around a modest Chandelure that's scarfed that knows Hex to clean up at like the end of a match. So what I did was I made Drapion, Togekiss, and Rotom Heat all to have max HP and max speed. And what I did was I'll have Drapion to set up Toxic Spikes to affect anything that's not poison and Steel. And then I also have my Togekiss that has T-Wave and Serene Grace with Tri Attack, and just to hit anything that Poison won't hit, in case Rotom, fodders out. And then I have my Rotom to have Will-O-Wisp, which now has I think it's 85% accuracy, which is that's pretty cool. It used to miss a lot before, now it will miss a little bit less. Then I do have the Scarf Chandelure. I do have a Zoom Arrow because honestly, I just like using Choice Band to Zoom Arrow. I think it's really good, especially in the rain. It's completely destructive. And I do have Rhyperior to set up Stealth Rocks just to help with damage and to set up rocks. So let's get into this game. He leads off with Registeel. I'm going to lead off with my Drapion. I do want to set up Toxic Spikes first, and it wasn't until after I set him up that I realized that he does have Roserade, so that's a bit of a problem. He does T-Wave me, I do get paralyzed, and now he's gonna go for power flinching, and I was like, crap, this is gonna put a damper on my entire plan. So he just continues to Iron Head. I am just max HP, max speed, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to do something about this. So I switch out, I go into my Rotom Heat, and I figure I could take an Iron Head. I resist the hit. I am max HP. Get some health back on my leftovers. Go for a Willow. Just get a burn on him. Get that status. He statuses me back. I should really put Substitute on this instead of Pain Split. Regardless, he goes back into power flinching, and I don't carry Overheat on this Rotom. I actually carry Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball because I don't want to take any special attack drops. So he ends up bringing in the Roserade to get rid of the Toxic Spikes. I end up switching to bring my Rhyperior back in, and I was like, oh, that was a very bad move. I need to get out. So I end up bringing my Rotom Heat back in. He's just going to go in and set up some spikes, which, like, his hazards, I don't want them there, but I'm more focused on getting up. Excuse me. I'm more concerned on getting status on all of his pokes. So I just go for a Shadow Ball while he ends up taking me out with Sludge Bombs. So I will not be Will-O-Wisping anything else. Now, I'm assuming that he's running max speed and max HP on his Roserade because he just stays in. I don't know why he'd sack it. Anything could have really came in except for Registeel to take that hit. So he ends up bringing in Registeel. I go back out to my Drapion knowing I can set up spikes they'll stay there now because Roserade's gone and he doesn't have a spinner. So he ends up switching out his Registeel into his Heracross, which I was like, oh well, I need to be careful because Heracross can probably knock me out. So I just bring in my Rhyperior to take the hit. He ends up going for an Earthquake, and I am running max HP, max defense on this Rhyperior, and with the Solid Rock ability, so that super effective hit only takes away a quarter. I end up going for a Dragon Tail just in case he, didn't want to switch out. End up bringing on Empoleon, and I was like, oh well, crap, I need to get out. So I bring my Drapion back in, and he actually ends up going for a Swords Dance. I'm like, okay, I should be all right. I really just want to set up. He ends up going for a Brick Break. It's not super effective because I am part poison, so I do get some spikes up. Now, I guess he figures he was banking on a para or something. So he ends up just going for another Swords Dance. And I do get off a super effective Earthquake, take him down. It was about 40%. Then he just goes for an Aqua Jet, which he didn't need to. He already outspeeds me because I was paralyzed. But I do have a little Toxic up, so that's good. So I can, poison the Heracross, the Scrafty, and the Raikou. He ends up going for a neutral Brick Break on me, and I just go for a superpower. I am running max HP on a Zumaro as well, because that's just the normal set. And I superpower, take him out. He ends up bringing in Scrafty. I just sack a Zumaro, because I figure he won't be, too important to that in this match. And I didn't want to risk bringing in my Chandelure. Since rocks are up, I'd rather not. So, end up bringing Togekiss against the Scrafty. I air slash, end up getting a flinch. And so lucky me, no flinch. So he ends up not wanting to, I guess to risk a flinch again. Brings in his Registeel. Now I'm like, I don't want to stay in because I don't want to lose my speed with a T-Wave. So I could just bring in Rhyperior. He ends up going for T-Wave. I'm immune to it. Rock Ground type. Now, at this point, I just I want to probably set up my rocks. So he's gonna end up switching out. He goes back into Scrafty. I do set up my rocks. I was thinking at this point as well, maybe I should just, Dragon Tail in case he wants to bring the Scrafty back in. Because I don't want him to Drain Punch me and take all his health back. So I end up bringing in the Chandelure this time. Uh, just predicting the Drain Punch. He ends up going for it. Now, I do outspeed because I am Scarf, so Chandelure's got to, really do some work. He ends up Fire Blasting and taking out the Scrafty. And the Raikou ends up coming in. So I was like, I need to take this thing down as well, because he'll kill my Togekiss, and he'll eventually, kill my Rhyperior with HP something. So, or HP anything. I'm not a fan of hidden power whatsoever. But my Fire Blast does hit, take him out. He T-bolts me and dies from poison. Heracross comes in, I bring in Rhyperior just to, take hit or whatever. He close combats. So I end up living. Thank you, Solid Rock and max defense, max HP. So he gets his defense drops. I get a Dragon Tail out. So next time he switches in, he'll get a little bit more rock damage on him. So Registeel comes in. He outspeeds, so he just has to Iron Head me out. Now, Registeel, he's only at 31%, but he does resist both my stabs. And I'm down quarter health from the rocks. So I'm a little over 50%. Go for a Tri Attack. He just takes away my speed with his T-Wave. So now he's at about 16. Tri Attack still won't be enough. He goes for an Iron Head, trying to get some power flinching and whatnot. But I still have burn damage. He gets 14%, and then the burn, he's still left at 2, and I'm like, oh, well, I need to make a good move here. So hoping no power, no flinch, I end up going for a Roost. Togekiss is just dodging hacks ridiculously. So Heracross comes in, and I need to live a hit. So I end up living because he's probably running a Jolly Scarf. Doesn't have enough power to take me out. No flinching and no power hacks in that. And very thankful that Togekiss came through so clutch in the end and ends up killing him with an air slash. So that's the game. I hope I can actually get to a point where I can go through the end and actually use Hex. I've used this team a little bit, not too much. I still haven't been able to do it, but I'm hoping soon. But I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the idea of this team in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.